Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. Welcome back, everybody. So I'll talk about the market a little bit here, what happened yesterday, and then I'll do a technical breakdown on big names. But before we get started, guys, we need those 100 plus likes. We can get 150, 200 likes on this video. That would be greatly appreciated. Second thing, why this video coming out right now? Well, I'm actually going on a vacation, and there will be no updates possibly tomorrow and Saturday, maybe even Sunday. Regular updates will come out possibly Monday and Tuesday. So, I'm going on a vacation and putting out an update for you guys. And this is actually a huge, huge red flag for the market. Now, yes, Powell is all about soft landing. He's talking about everything is good. I got everything under control, and we should be, soft landing here very soon. I see it in a different way because why he's doing 50 basis points and then he's signaling more 50s to come. So he's slashing the rate very quickly, and it's not good. If you look at the history, rate cuts are not bullish. Where in this case, a lot of people will say, well, you're just bearish. No, I'm talking about the history. Second thing, yes, the market is up. We got an all-time high again today. We gapped up and hit an all-time high. We gapped over this range. So now there will be strong support at this range. I would say 562 to 565. Now, with that being said, are you actually bullish here at all-time high? Trading, I mean, look at this. How often you see that? It happened here, and then what happened, guys? I made a video right here. I don't want to go back and show you guys that video. It's hitting upper Bollinger Band for multiple days, and then boom, right? Now, what's happening here? Hitting upper Bollinger Band can't go any higher and just, stalled out right here. So I think if we can push over 572, we might see 577 to even 580. That is your upside, just stretching this, right? Really stretching if we're going long or buying anything here. Now, look at the downside. We can easily come back down to 535, maybe even 540. Look at the downside, easily 20 to 30 bucks. So it depends if you're going to be a bull at all-time high or you want to wait for a pullback. So far as SPY here, watch out, 572 over that 577 next stop. On a pullback, now it has to hold right here. There will be a little bit of support right here, but I'm leaning towards this support right here, 562. There will be a little bit of support here at 568, 565, previous all-time high, and then critical support. This range breakout that we got, gap over this range, that's going to be a big one, 562. If that gives up, watch out for this gap, 559.40, and that is kind of in line with this rising 20-day moving average, 557, and then bottom of this channel, 555. Under that, you will see a flush down to 550, 50-day moving average, and then we can talk about 543 and possibly going down even lower. So yes, this is a massive breakout, up almost 2% on the day. With what? I mean, yesterday, talking about technicals, yes, they do work, but not all the time. I mean, a lot of people bought actually puts. Looking at this candle, what do we got here, guys? Inverted hammer, right? And typically that is a bearish candle, but we got as a price action, massive gap up. So always watch what the market is doing the next day. Don't just go blindly all in with one candle. In this market, a lot of people thought yesterday was a bull trap. Well, today was a bear trap, right? It's going both ways. So you got to be really careful trading at all-time highs. And I hope you guys understand that and that makes sense. Now, talking about Infinity, look at this, up 3%, guys. 3% gap up to close the gap on top. Now, fortunately, not unfortunately, fortunately, I took a hedge, and that was a decent position that I took. I sold some yesterday. It was up 50%. And look at today, it's up over 100%. 495 calls that I got at 470, and that was for next Friday. 27th expiration went through the roof. I took profit. I don't have any. I'm not even targeting this gap anymore. And why? Because the market is up so much. I mean, 3%, guys. When was the last time you saw a move like this? This is massive. I have seen these moves before when actually we had those like recent times, COVID vaccine came out and there was a massive rally in the market. And that was from the lows. Now, this is not from the lows. We're just getting that breakout from this down resistant trend line. I mean, look at the way we gap up. 478 gap and now trading near 486. So I think it can possibly stay over this range right here, 485. Easily, you will see a move up to 493 to close this gap. That is your next upside target over 485. If we cannot hold 485, then watch out. We might be coming back down to 478.83. That's a critical level to watch. Under that, you will see a flash down to 468. And then from there, this is going to be a fake breakout to the upside. On Apple stock, it's up 3.82%. So massive pump right here on Apple. And you can see we gapped over these moving averages. And now you can see, I mean, this is a clear breakout. And we almost got to the next stop, which is 230. Unfortunately, on this one, I sold my calls on Apple. That was 220 calls. I got it right here, guys. I mean, that is just insane. I actually bought a Monday right here. And then I sold some Monday and capped half of my position. And then yesterday we got that mini gap up and I kind of sold, took profit. And look at today. I mean, those were 220 calls. I got in at 215. That is an insane type of move here on Apple stock. And now it's trading almost 230, the next resistance here on Apple. We got a bit of a pullback from there. But now there will be support at 225 to 226. Under that, this gap 223, that's going to act as a support. And then 220, we also left a gap open here at 216.90. So watch out on that right here on Apple. Now, Apple wants to break out, possibly wants to go and hit a brand new all-time high. It needs to get over 230, and this Bollinger Band has to expand. Then we can possibly see that on Apple stock. I'm not going to talk about it right now. On Microsoft, is up 1.85%. So this is another one I actually took as a hedge yesterday on Microsoft, some calls, and I left half of my position, 445 calls. And today, guys, I mean, this thing exploded. Yesterday got in, I think it was at 432-ish. I got in, or 431. I can remember exactly where I actually got in, but it was near 431. 445 calls, and today this thing also paid. So a lot of these hedges that I took against my longer term puts that I took also this morning, these all got paid big amount. So now waiting for other position to pay. And all these trade ideas, especially if you guys are serious about trading, I'm not talking about window shopping, guys. Really serious traders, people that are serious, then definitely check out the link down below in the description. And next 4 days, if you actually join my Patreon, you will have access soon as I actually land to the spot where I'm actually taking a vacation. I'll give you access. So it's not like you're just gonna pay and you don't have an access. And if you lose 4 days, I'll reimburse you for those 4 days if you join in between those 4 days when I'm not available, right? Now Microsoft, you can see, I mean, it's kind of squeezing and trying to fill this gap. Almost got there today, and I think it's gonna get there at 443. And only if that breaks, we might hit 451. Now to the downside, we gapped up today, so there is a gap at 436. Under that, there will be support at 433, and below that, we could be coming down to right here, 426 to 427, and then 420. On AMD, it's up almost 7%. So semis are pushing, and you can see, I mean, this is a massive move, and this thing did not gap up and still going. You can see came back, held the support right here, 152, and now trading at 158, almost close to 160. So I think you can push up to 160. Over that, you might see this Bollinger Band expand and then go up to 164. And we do have unfinished business on top, this gap 174. So that is going to be the next stop, but I would not be chasing this at this moment. Wait for a pullback down to, I would say, 153-ish. And you can see today was right there, 153 almost. Slightly under 153, but it was right there for you to buy that dip. 153 will be a key level of support. Under that, 148. And if that gives up all the way down here, 138. But I think as long as you can trade over this critical level 153, this thing can push up to 160, 164. And then this gap comes into play, 174.53 on AMD. On Google stock, it's up almost 2%. So Google here, I mean, massive pump. It was up more than 2%. And first of all, this was a play that I actually shared right here on my video with everybody. And this does not have to be like a Patreon member play or anybody's play, right? I also did share this on my X account. If you're on there, you can go ahead and find that link down in the description and give me a follow. It was there that early as tomorrow, I'm buying Google dip. And what happened? I bought the dip, and since then bought at 150, 150 calls, and now we're trading at 165. So these trade ideas, especially when the time is right, and yes, here on Google, I was not bearish, guys. I was not, because this was a fantastic buying opportunity. Now, why I'm not bullish on SPY? Well, it's at all-time high. I'm not gonna be, buying anything at all-time highs. I'm gonna go on cash, or if I can, I would open a short position because I see the opportunity to the downside. That is how I play. When things are oversold, things are getting killed, I'll make that call. I'm going to get in, I'm going to wait for that, and then things will push back up to the upside. And you can see how well that is actually playing out. And I'm still holding a decent amount of calls right here on Google. Now it's over 162, so blue sky here on Google possibly can go up to this 50 SMA 167, and over that we have this gap at 170. On a pullback, needs to watch 162, this gap fill, and the support under that. We got a bunch of gaps right here, so keep that in mind here on Google. This is not the time to go and buy long anymore. This was your opportunity right here. We got a bunch of gaps under 162, 159. There is a gap at 155 and then 152, and all these gaps can act as a support if this thing comes back down again. On Amazon stock, it's up 1.49%. So Amazon was almost there to close this gap. And you can see Bollinger Band did not expand. It cannot squeeze up to this gap. I mean, we got really close and then pulled back. And now it's trading here at 189, 190, trying to hold 190, but I think it's going to stay under 190. So if it stays under 190, there will be resistance at 190. Over that, this gap comes into play, 192, and there is really less upside now on Amazon. Now, under 190, if there is a pullback, you need to watch the support right down here, 186.77, 185, and then 180, which is going to be critical support because we have 50-day and 20-day moving average sitting right here near 180. On Netflix, it's up 2%. So Netflix, huge dump off yesterday, and look at the pump today, up to pretty much almost a brand new all-time high. I think it's 716 previous all-time high, but forget about that. I mean, it's not there. It came back after hitting a new 52-week high and now trading over 700. So it's really tricky to trade this name right here. You can see multiple breakout over 700. Even yesterday was there and then gave up all the gains and pretty much finished right here near 20-day moving average, 686. You can see closed at 690. So now over 700, yes, there might be a blue sky above here on Netflix. Over 700, we might see a new all-time high, maybe 720, possibly up to 740. But I would not be buying anything here, even on this breakout. Wait at least a couple days and see if this thing can actually hang around here at 700 and not go below 700. Otherwise, that's going to be another fake breakout like we have seen many times in recent times right here on Netflix. Under 700, there will be support at 687.77, 680, and then all the way down here 666, 664, down to 50-day moving average, and that's going to be around 660. On Meta, it's up 3.59%. So talking about OMG, I mean, you can see I actually had this before right here, guys. What was it? 558. That's my level from before. We never got there, but it was there. But you can see we actually exploded through that level and then came back and now trading under 558. Brand new all-time high on Meta. Massive, massive explosion. Now it's getting really overstretched to the upside. You can see. So now we got a massive gap down here, 544.20. We might pull back previous all-time high. That should act as a strong support if that happens. Otherwise, the next support 538. And once we get down here, then we can talk about more downside. As of right now, this is a massive breakout. But if you're chasing this, I'm telling you, this is not the way to chase. It's trading well outside the Bollinger Band by a good amount. I mean, like 13, 14 bucks, and you don't want to go chase something like this at this point. And you can see it's going up on low volume, not something like this over here. So definitely some things are happening strange here in this market. On Tesla stock, it's up 7%. I mean, oh my God. I mean, this thing exploded 7%, way outside the Bollinger Band. We blasted through 240 range right here, and looks like the gap is really there, guys. We might do it today. It's 1:29 p.m. As I'm making this video for you guys, and we might do it today, fill this gap, and then possibly pull back. And I said it before also, I mean, if we extend this line a little bit more, you can call this a rising wedge, bear flag pattern, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it can go there right here easily. So watch out. That's going to be a strong resistance to watch. And after filling this gap, might pull back down to 240 and that needs to hold. Otherwise, the next support right here at 235. And if that gives up 231 down to these levels right here at 225, bottom of this channel right here on Tesla. On Nvidia stock, it's up over 5% and we're trading over 118, and that is looking good. Now, Nvidia needs to hold right here at 118. If that happens in next few days, even tomorrow going into Friday's session, we can hold this. Then that actually opens the door for a move up to 126, possibly up to 130 to take out this consolidation, this resistance right here, 130. And if that's out, guys, it's going into blue skies again. Now, also keep that in mind, this downtrend is still intact right here on this daily time frame on Nvidia stock from the top, from this low, and then from this low down here. So yes, 126, that's going to be a big level to break. Keep an eye on that to the upside. Now, Nvidia comes back, let's say not Friday, next week, gets under 118. In that case, critical support will be down here to 107, and below that you will see a lot more selling. So Nvidia is really easy to trade. Over 118, stay bullish. Under 118, stay bearish and expect more downside. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'll keep you guys updated when I get back from vacation.